Alright, and welcome to our third and final section. And here we're going to focus on using trigonometry in the area of regular polygons. So for number one, it says given the polygon below is regular and CD is 18. Okay, so let's go ahead and label that. CD is 18. And we want to find the area. Now the problem we run into here is that the area of a regular polygon is really 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. And when we go through here and we ask ourselves, well, what things do we know? Well, we know 1/2, of course, but we don't know what the apothem is, but we do know the perimeter. We can just take this side 18 and multiply by the number of sides. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So what is 18 times 6? And that's going to give us 108. So our perimeter, we already know that. Now, how in the world do we find that apothem? Alright, well, if you'll recall, we put the center, and we draw the radii of the polygon, which means going from the center to the vertices. And the central angles, all 6 of them, always will add up to 360. So I can say, 360 divided by 6 is, of course, 60. But wait a second, our third step that we want to do is we want to draw the apothem. And notice, what does the apothem do? It cuts everything in half. So if this whole angle originally was 60, well, when I go to draw my right triangle, I know that half of that will now have to be 30. And I know that half of 18 is 9. And now I actually have enough information to find my apothem. So let's go through and do all the things that we would typically do. I draw my arrow, which labels the hypotenuse. I circle my relevant angle, which allows me to label the adjacent. And of course, then I can label the opposite. And from here, I can actually start to do my trigonometry. So let me give myself a nice little space here. And say this. You know what? When I think of SOHCAHTOA, well, I have my opposite and I have my adjacent, and of course we don't care about the hypotenuse in this case. And so now we have the tangent theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. Let me get rid of that real quick. Okay. Now let's plug in everything we know. We know therefore our tangent, we have the angle of 30. Our opposite is 9, and our adjacent is the letter A. And let's go ahead and begin to solve this. We always multiply by what's on the bottom. And now I have, and let me go ahead and clear this off just real quick. Now that I have my formula, I can kind of go ahead and clear off just this side right there. Maybe even shorten it a little bit. And we now have this. We have A tangent 30 is equal to 9, because this crossed out. And we can divide both sides by the tangent of 30. And let's see what we get. 9 divided by the tangent of 30 would be what? Well, that's going to give us 15.588. Now, it's up to us to ask ourselves, does this third 8 round my hundredths place 8 up to a 9? And of course the answer is yes. So our A value will be 15.59. Now that we have our apothem, we can plug that in. And we can now solve this. Let's go back to our calculator. Remember, we have this equation. 0.5 is 1/2 times our apothem, 15.59, times our perimeter, 108, and our answer is 841.86. Yeah, 841.86. Alright? And guys, that is what you will type in. Don't worry about labels. Just go ahead and type in 841.86. I hope that these 3 videos have really helped you out. We're just really getting ready for this SLO. Please take your time on this and really seek to understand this. Don't just turn this in. All right, thank you so much, guys.